everyone, welcome to Brenda's Brush Strokes and Bisque, painting live on October 29th at 6 p.m. Central Time. So tonight we are having a little Halloween party, and I will be painting our little ghost here, and I'm just touching him up because he was at the classroom and he was carted home with me, and so he's got a couple little spots here that he needs touch up on. So welcome everyone, old and new. And so we're just going to have a little fun party, and I guess I kind of forgot to look up some trivia, so I think we'll have to figure out some other little fun questions that completely went out of my mind, that I should have looked up some trivia. I know one thing that I've seen, so we will ask that. So we'll be doing some giveaways. If you are new and I haven't shipped something to you before, I will need you to message me your address if you are a winner. If I've shipped to you before, you won't need to. I will have your address. But right now I'm just going back and making sure we don't have any little white spots on our little ghost here, and I'm just using our Duncan black acrylic OS 476 because we are going to dry brush him. So I did base coat him on Tuesday at the shop so that he would be ready for painting tonight. But anytime you base coat something, you do want to let it dry and then make sure you don't have any little white spots, and we call them fleas at the shop because they're kind of as pesty as fleas to get rid of. And you think you have everything, and then they pop up and they're right there. Alright, so we're just going to get him touched up here. So thank you for joining everyone. So I just have a bowl of water to wash my brush out in. I have some nylon brushes for painting, and I have some boar bristle brushes for dry brushing. We haven't done a free show in a while, so I thought it was well overdue to do one. So I will try to keep track of all our any questions that we have as well. So it looks like we got quite a few of you guys on here tonight. So I have not painted this little character before, and so we're just going to kind of go along and just take it as we go. I grabbed some colors from the shop. I think we're going to have his ghost part have kind of a purplish hue to him. So we, on top of our black base coat, we are going to go with our pansy, which is OS 564. OS 564. Now this is all non-fired paint. So if you don't have a kiln, you do not have to worry about firing it with the acrylics. So he's just drying a little bit. So we have a pretty good size piece here. You don't want a little bitty brush. You don't want something really small like that because it'll take you forever to dry brush, and you probably don't want something as big as that because he's not a real big piece. So we're going to go with this number 5 boar bristle brush. I like to go in and get just a little bit of my purple or my pansy, and I'll brush that out onto my paper towel here. Some people use coffee filters, some people use paper bags. I just use the paper towel that kind of doesn't get a whole lot of lint on it. Alright, so when you look at your piece, you kind of want to look at where do you start with. So when I look at a piece, I want to do the area that's down further. So my ghost himself is down further than his vest. If I were to do his vest first, when I do the ghost, then the ghost color is going to get on his vest. So that's why I'm starting with my ghost body itself, and then he is wearing a little vest here. So I'm just going to brush back and forth across any indents or crevices. So when I look at him, he's got like an indent here where his vest goes around him, and then his body is over here. So I want to brush across that. I don't want to brush with it because then it's going to fill in. And it's okay that I'm getting the purple up onto the vest. That's not going to hurt anything when we get to the vest color. If it's a light color, we can go over it with the black first, and if it's a darker color, it will cover the purple, or the pansy, I should say. So again, we got this crevice here where his legs are, so I'm going across it. I'm not going with it. When you go with it, it tends to fill in your crevice and you lose your shading. So now that was kind of wet and shiny looking, and that's kind of a indication you have too much paint in your brush. I do like to go onto the bottom and have my nice finished bottom as well. So we will just brush back and forth. And I didn't want him to just be a plain old white ghost. I wanted him to have a little bit of color to him, so that once we put the white on him with the purple underneath, he's going to have a nice purple nighttime hue to him. And so now I'm just going to follow right around his little tail here. And dry brushing is kind of a slow process. It's not a fast process. And so we're going to go around, and once I get back around, I will do a random pick of a name. And we'll have one of our giveaways, and I will write your name down on my little piece of paper so that I know who my winners are. And then, if, like I said, if I haven't shipped before to you, you will have to message me your address if you're new and haven't bought, or if you're local, you can pick it up at the shop too. Alright, so we made our way all the way around, and so I'm not getting him to the finished point, I'm just getting him so that he has a layer of color on him. And next we will do his arms and his legs. So let me do a random scroll here and pick a name. We'll go up and down and pick one there. So Diane Buss, you are the winner of our first item, and our first item on the list is black acrylic. So Diane Lee Buss, Diane Lee Buss, you are the winner of the black acrylic. So congratulations to you. So we will keep going here. I think I have like 12 things to give away. The last thing to give away tonight will be our ghost himself. So he's got a vest on, so that looks like his little arms should be purple here too, because I want all the white areas, all the ghost areas to be. You're welcome, Diane. So I'm going to get all of the little ghost areas here with the white. And then I did bring glitter. We're going to glitter him up a little bit. Again, though, that's kind of wet and shiny. That's more of a wet brushing than a dry brushing. So I did brush my brush out. And again, I'm going across these lines. That's really important when you're dry brushing, to go across those crevices and not with them. So we are going to just keep going here. I just thought he was a cute little thing to do for Halloween, just to kind of, hopefully he's kind of a quick piece and he won't take all night to do. I painted him with the other two. They're fun to paint. Yeah, they are fun. Well, I shouldn't say they're fun because I don't know, but they're pretty plain, but you can jazz them up quite a bit. Again, I'm going back and forth across those crevices. Now that was a little bit wetter there than I like, but I want to make sure that we get done without going too late tonight, because it is Sunday night. So hopefully everybody's ready for Halloween. I have shop hours on Tuesday, which is Halloween, so I'm guessing I will grab some snacks to take to the classroom. If anyone's local and you guys come out, you'll have a little trick-or-treat treat. It's pretty cold here. We're like in the 30s. So we are cool for Halloween, but I know when Courtney was little, we trick-or-treated in the snow and the slush already, so it's probably not going to be the worst weather. I haven't really looked at the weather. So happy Halloween to everyone, and thanks for everyone that's tuning in. And we're just doing a little quick dry brushing piece to offer some free education to maybe anybody that's starting or doesn't have a shop by them. So I do have the YouTube page, Brenda's Brushstrokes and Bisque, that does have quite a few previous videos on it, but no recent ones. So I will have Courtney show me on Wednesday. She's coming, how to put this guy up onto YouTube, so we can get a few updated videos out there on that. I do have Brenda's Bisque box, which those boxes are actually painted in a closed group now, going on for 2 years. So just wanted to make sure I didn't forget about those of you out there that aren't able to get the Bisque box and still want to learn how to paint. Try to get more regular here with our few free videos. All right, so we kind of have one coat on this guy all the way around, wherever he's going to be wherever his ghost part is, his white part. And so dry brushing is not a fast process, it's kind of a slow process. So we will let this area dry now, and we'll start now. I like to start back where I started from and build up that layer of paint. And so we'll just go back and start dry brushing again where we already dry brushed with our purple. And so I guess since we're starting at the bottom again, let's do another quick scroll here through the names up and down a few times, and we'll turn this thing so it goes where I need it to go. Come on here. Up and down a few times, and we're going to do a quick drawing here if I can get it to cooperate. And Shelly May, you are the winner of our number 2, which is the white acrylic. So Shelly May, and you're a subscriber, so I will put this in your box. You will be getting the white acrylic. So I just have a list of them, and as we go down, and I think it's time for a giveaway, we will give something away. So Shelly May, congratulations to you on getting the white acrylic. I kind of picked the white and the black because everybody always can kind of seem to use white and black. They're pretty popular colors. Now that was pretty wet and shiny, so that's kind of a little too much with our purple there. So I did brush that out on my paper towel. So now I want to, I need to get my comments back here. Is it me or did the video stop? I will have Courtney look at the video stuff when she comes on Wednesday. We do have a hard drive to download them onto. It doesn't look like the video stopped to me, but the last 2 years, it'll be 2 years in January, the videos are no longer like available. The Bisque box ones are no longer available for everyone. Although the previous ones, it's fine on my end, okay. Although the previous ones to that are in Brenda's Creative Classroom, which was our original Bisque box group. So if you're a member of that, you should be able to see any of the previous ones before, from 2 years ago to past. And then anything forward from that, it will be only available to the subscribers, like it's a benefit to the subscription box. And so that's why I wanted to do a free one tonight, because I haven't done anything for everybody else for a while. I kind of get busy and forget to do it. And then I'll have Courtney show me how to put this one up on YouTube so it's out there. It's just that all the newer videos are part of the subscription box, so you actually have to be a subscriber to be able to see those. It's in a closed group. But the videos are, like, there still are painting videos. It's just that you have to get the Bisque. I found those, but I couldn't see the which videos. Well, I'll take a look at it when Courtney's here on Wednesday, because I'm not too good with the computer stuff. I know there was one of the September ones, I think it like just disappeared and she couldn't find it either. So she's going to show me how to back everything up on the hard drive so that Facebook acts up and the video's gone, we can still like reload it. But it would, if it's a closed group one, it's only going to be in the closed group. It won't be on YouTube. So this one's not closed. This one's available to everybody. So it'll be on the main page, Brenda's Brushstrokes and Bisque, and then we'll get it onto YouTube too. Alright, so I'm just brushing back and forth, getting our, you can see our purples coming along pretty good here. The seed packs are gone too. Okay, oh, I'll have to take a look. Hopefully not. Not sure what Facebook's doing. I'll talk to Courtney about it, like I said, on Wednesday when she comes. Sometimes they think they hear music in the background, and then they ban them because you don't have the rights to the music. Then I have to go in there and rebuttal it and say that there's no music in the video. It's only me talking. So we'll have to take a look. I'm not real good with all the computer stuff. Courtney used to do all that. And I kind of don't stay on top of it as far as checking everything all the time either, with pouring, cleaning, and firing. So we're getting our guy with our purple on him. You could do other colors, like you could do like the green, or you could do orange. And you could just do the gray if you just want him to be a nice white ghost. I kind of don't want him to be a nice white ghost. I want him to have a purple hue to him. Your voice is musical. Oh, well, that's good. It's music to your ears, right? All right, so we're just going to keep brushing him here. So I like to get a nice coverage over my black and really only have color left, the black left down in those crevices. So I tend to say there's like only 10% of my black is left when I get done with all the dry brushing. So, like getting this color on, once we have the purple on, I would say there's only going to be like 10% of the black left. Now that was a little wet there too, but we're going to keep going so we get done tonight. So you want to have a lot of color on, and just having the black left down in those crevices. Now, a lot of people think you have to base coat with the black. You wouldn't have to base coat with black. Like you depending upon what you're making, say something's more of a pastel color, you might want to use a lighter brown color. Something's more springy, light colored, I tend to go with a brown color instead of the black color. A lot of times the blacks are really good for like the Halloween stuff, fall stuff. Wildlife, whoop, wrong color. We'll shake this guy up. Again, I'm going to get my Pansy, OS 456 Pansy. And we'll get him dry brush some more here. Just kind of get that purple all over our main area of our ghost here. So that was a little wet. I brushed it out on the paper. Again, I'm kind of trying to go across all those crevices, like we have his mouth here, so I'm going across it because I want to leave that black down in there for my shading. Now, if you get too much color in there and you lose your black shading, you can go back and use like a liner and kind of thin your black out and make like a watercolor and kind of float it back into your crevices. That works too. So that's kind of all of the stuff that we go over when we're in our Thursday night class. We got all kinds of tips and tricks and stuff like that that go with the Bisque box. It's just that everything went up so much that we closed the Bisque box video to just the Bisque box, the people that were buying the boxes, to make it more valuable to them. So that's kind of why that happened. And I did want you to have more free videos more often, but there was I had a lot of learning to do as far as shipping and packing and all of that stuff. And things are, I mean, it's going on 2 years. Things are getting better to where I'm caught up, and I'm going to start learning the web page so I can get Bisque onto the web page, which is same name, Brenda's Brushstrokes and Bisque. Right now, the only thing that's really on there is the Bisque box. You can see the Bisque box information and subscribe to it on there, or you can message me for that. But I do want to get Bisque on there, and the paints and the brushes again for people to purchase. That way they can just go out there and purchase it and not message me. So like this week I had 4 people message for quotes on Bisque, and then I never heard from them, so it really takes a lot of time. So, but things are progressing along and we're getting there, so it's kind of a good time to have a party and kind of celebrate that and have a free class for everybody. So now I'm just going back here and looking at my little guy. I can still see some black coming through his little body here, and I really just want that black down in those crevices. And so I'm going to get a little bit more on there. And he's looking pretty good. So we're kind of at the next step. So let's do another one of our little drawings and see who our winner is. I'm going to put these aside, kind of scroll through here a few times and hit a name. Sheila Kenmere, you are the winner of our liner brush. I have a 5.0 Royal Majestic liner for you. So Sheila, oh, come back here, you. Kenmur. You are the winner of the liner brush. So make sure you message me with your address so that I can get that out to you this week. So you got the liner brush. So we are another step along the way here with our purple. I should say our pansy, actually. All right, let's get our things back up. So, all right, so from our purple, if you wanted, you could go to the pansy, but I think I'm going to go right to the ash or gray so that we don't run out of time. I'm going to go to the, you're welcome, Sheila. So we are going to go right to the gray. So we had our black, which was a dark color. We have our pansy, which is our medium color, and now we have our gray, which is our light color, and then we'll go to white from there. So I tend to like to do 3 colors. You don't have to do 3 shades of color, but I do tend to like the 3 shades of color. All right. So he already looks pretty good. So I'm just going to use my same brush. You could change to a new brush if you wanted. You don't wash your dry brushes out. You just keep using them until you're done for the night, and then you would wash them out with the like Dove soap or some shampoo. So again, we're just going to go with our gray like we did with the pansy right over all of our crevices. And you can see that's giving our ghost more of a, he's got like a purple hue to him. So I thought that would be kind of cool if he had a purple hue, kind of that purple nighttime moonlight view, hue of color. And so we're just going to work our way around. Don't forget to get those bottoms. You always want those bottoms to look good. And then we're just going to keep brushing back and forth across those crevices. That's probably your biggest thing, and then having a dry brush. And mine's a little bit wetter than I'd like it tonight, but kind of rushing so that we don't run out of time. So we'll get a layer on him. You can see he just has 1 layer now of the gray down here, and we don't get it to like the complete gray because we're going to let that dry. Do you ever have opens in your subscription group? Yes, we do have openings in the subscription group. And then our subscribers are able to buy like the add-on paint. I carry the Duncan and the Mako. They're $3 a bottle. They get free shipping on it. They can order brushes from June through December. They're getting a free brush They're actually getting this brush in the box this month, or for November, I should say. I'm getting ready to ship November. And then the ladies in the Bisque box also get an album to shop from. And I put Bisque and specials in there. So there's lots of benefits to being a subscriber, because I do only ship to subscribers, because everyone in the subscription, like, they seem to know that they want stuff or don't want it, and they know the prices from the album, versus someone that's messaging and they don't know what they want and what the cost is. It just makes it a little harder. So we have a lot of fun in the Bisque box. But I do want to try to do a few free ones here more often, just to help out everyone that can't get a box and spread the word about ceramics, that it's still alive and going, and we have lots of fun, and there's all kinds of stuff to do. And I try to post pictures from the shop and even from the subscriber stuff, like they're getting Santas for November, so that's kind of, every month has its own thing. So, and if anyone wants to join the subscription box, all you have to do is message me. I just need your email address, and then I send you a whole bunch of information. But tonight's really just about having a free class, and I wish I would have remembered to look up some trivia for Halloween. The only one that I can remember is I seen that Halloween, the corn candy, which I do like corn candy. Even though a lot of people don't like it, they apparently make 30 million tons of it. So that's a lot of corn candy in a year, 30 million tons. I would have never guessed that like the candy industry sold 30 million tons of corn candy. So does anybody out there like corn candy besides me? I know I like corn candy. My cousin says she mixes it with peanuts, and it tastes like a Payday candy bar, and I think I've heard that before too. Well, someone's besides me and you like it. Isn't that the truth? Because 30 million tons, like, I could not believe it. So, also a few of you guys like it. That's cool. I had it in a snack mix one time with, I can't remember, it was like a fall snack mix. They had, I think it was like bugles and nuts and just all kinds of stuff. It was really good. And it kind of had like a caramel on it. I like those bags of the Halloween candy with the, they have the pumpkins in them, and then they have sometimes the chocolate pumpkins in them too. But I haven't been able to find any this year with the chocolate pumpkins in them. I love corn candy. I've eaten a bag a week. Oh, good for you. I'll have to go get myself some when I get treats for the shop on Tuesday. But I think I'll get some peanuts. Love candy corn and the pumpkins. I love the chocolate pumpkins. I wish they made those as all by themselves. All right, so we're just getting our gray, and I don't know if I showed you guys, but it was OS 474 gray. So I always try to show the colors that we're using. So I know everyone can't hear, and then Facebook kind of quit doing the closed caption for the hearing impaired, unless it's on a personal page, so I'm not sure. It's kind of hard for businesses that way to be helpful for everyone when they took that away. But so you can see he's getting more and more gray, but he's got that purple hue to him, and that's kind of the vision I had for him. We're going to put some green on him too yet. I think his vest will maybe be green or orange, so maybe you guys can comment. You want a green vest on our pumpkin, or do we want an orange vest? Harvest mix. Oh, yep, that's good. Oh, and with Spanish peanuts. Okay. So maybe you guys can comment. What color do you want his vest and his bow? I was thinking like the lime green, maybe with some black stripes in it. And then actually anybody that has the Fashion Hues paints, they have the pearlescence, which they have that limeade. I think that would make a really cool vest for this guy. So like you can mix your Fashion Hues paints with, not that you're going to mix the colors together, but like I could come back and paint like his vest and his bow with the Fashion Hues pearlescence. I didn't want to do that tonight to confuse anybody. Like you wouldn't mix the gray and the green together to make a new color of paint, but you can paint areas with Fashion Hues and with the acrylics. I did that with a truck at the classroom, where I painted the truck, the Clay Magic truck, with the blue, the bright blue color, but then I painted all of the wheels and the with the acrylics. So you can mix them together. If some of them, like you can't really mix the translucents together with these, but you can mix the pearlescence and the luminescence. Like you can paint areas of those with those. So like his vest would be really cool with the pearlescent on it. So Lucy asked, do you base coat that part with the Fashion Hues? You do not. Not for the pearlescence or the luminescence, you do not have to. So that's where it gets kind of confusing, and I didn't really want to confuse everybody with that because it's just kind of a short little fun class tonight. So it's with the translucent that you have to use the base coat of the cream and the white. For the luminescence and the pearlescence or those metallics, you can just paint those on a piece. Like I could, once I get his body done, if I had them here, they're at the shop, we could have painted his vest with the lime. Do it with stripes. I have a hard time with stripes. I want to see how to do it. Okay, we'll probably, actually I was going to do like a lime green vest with black stripes, so that's probably what we'll do. And then maybe we'll give him some orange buttons or something. Yeah, the pearlescence, like the purple would have, or yeah, there's purple too, like the purple or the lime green I thought would have been really cool on him. But I just didn't want to confuse anybody with the little short class tonight. Yep, you could do blues too. You could even do your ghost with the blues, and then come back and do your vest with that same blue to kind of get even more blue to him. There's tons of ways to do everything, so there's really not going to say there's a right or a wrong way. It's really whatever your preference is. I kind of like the purple because of the nighttime feel of the color purple on the Halloween stuff. But now we're just going to build up our gray hair. And it's coming right along. And again, when you get that wet and shiny like that, you get too much on your brush. So we're just going to keep going. So a lot of you don't know this, but the subscribers know it because the subscribers get a lot of the information before everyone else. But I am having brushes made, my own private label of brushes by Silver Falcon. And so I will be carrying Silver Falcon brushes at the shop. I'll have to see about getting them on the website when I learn how to do the website, but I just heard on Friday that they are shipping from Japan on Friday to Silver Falcon, and then they will be shipping them out to me. So I was kind of frustrated with the quality of brushes that are out there, and I always really loved the Silver Falcon brushes, and so I tracked them down, which was not an easy task. And I am having my own brand of brushes made. We're starting with a couple dry brushes, a liner brush, and then the black onyx painting brush. So that's really exciting. And then those will be offered for sale first to the subscribers. So there's a lot of benefits of being a subscriber, and that's going to be one of them. So I'm pretty excited to get our brushes. It's going to be a Black Friday special for them, and they're purple. I couldn't get a nice pink. I kind of like everything with the boxes with the pink, but we couldn't get a nice pink. They didn't have a nice pink. And then my favorite color is blue, and they didn't have a nice blue either. So we're getting a nice blue and silver swirl handles. So that's pretty exciting. It's been going on, I think, since last January. Actually, it's taken been a long haul to get it. But like I said, I got word on Friday that they're shipping from Japan tomorrow, so that's pretty cool. A cool way to end the year out for us. So let's do a drawing on that note. And the next thing we have is a liner again. And let's see what we got here. We're gonna get it to swirl around. And Patty Kane, you are our winner of the liner. So you are going to get our other liner, Patty Kane. And I can bring that to the shop for you. This is a 10-0 liner. So this one's a little bit finer than the other one. So that's Patty Kane. Congratulations to Patty Kane on winning the liner. Very cool, you guys. So I will bring that for you. And I do have your snowflakes for you. I got those guys retrieved as well. So it's kind of it's a good way to kind of close out the year with getting my own brush line. And they are, like I said, they're the Silver Falcon, and they've been my favorite brushes for years and years. Hopefully the quality is still what they used to be. The one gentleman that was selling Silver Falcon here in the United States is no longer selling Silver Falcon. His wife passed away in May, and I think he's like 83 years old, and so he's given up the trade shows and selling the Silver Falcon brushes. So depending upon how it goes, maybe I will be carrying more, but it's a pretty big undertaking to take on having a brush line made as far as the cost. So we're going at it slowly, and we will see. Hopefully it all works out really good, and I'll have more made and more variety. So I kind of started out with like kind of a basic set that you would use, being the couple dry brushes, a painting brush, and then the liner. And then I figured we could add to that as we go. So that's kind of the plan with that. So, all right, so let's keep going here with our gray. Did everyone see the Clay Magic announcement today that they have good news on the snowflakes? Yes, I knew they had to be somewhere. They were in the bottom of our box, and I think they were on the top of the box for you. And then when I drilled the holes, they ended up on the bottom of her box because they were the first ones. So that was kind of definitely my fault. But I have them, and we will get them for you to the shop. So that's good. So Clay Magic had a mold release today, which usually, I mean, they just had the Christmas one not too long ago, but today they had a Valentine's and Shamrock. Can't think of the name, not Shamrock, but oh my goodness, St. Patrick's mold release. They have some new gnomes with for Valentine's. They're holding roses, and then for St. Patrick's, he's holding a bunch of shamrocks. They're really cute. So that's really cool. And they did say that's the last new release for the year. So I love the guy with the roses too. So I'll probably be ordering those. The only thing is we'll have to go down to Marcellus to get them. So I'm not sure how it gets to be kind of crappy with the weather here. So we'll see. I'll contact them and see if they're putting in an order right away or not. The other pieces are all re-releases that they've had before. So they're not really new releases, just re-releases, but they are adorable. Like, they've been updated with the painting, and they look really cool. It's like the bears with the hearts and the bears with the shamrocks. So they're really cool. But the new gnomes are really cool. They got, like, the one has a big old bouquet of roses. And I think there's two gnomes, 2 rose gnomes and 2 St. Patrick's gnomes. I was hoping they would have had another truck insert. They do have some truck inserts for those holidays, but it would have been nice to have a couple more, because the truck inserts do fit into that new train. So if anyone doesn't know that, the truck inserts do fit into the train that they released for Christmas. They don't fit into the flat car, but they fit into the coal car and into the train itself. So now I got it kind of gobbed on there because I'm kind of trying to rush so we don't go too late. So you don't want to do that. That's what you don't want to do. But I'll get it evened out here and it'll be okay. So you can see he's got that nice purple hue to him, but he's getting his gray on him, and he's starting to look more like a ghost. Kind of got his purple down in all of his shadows. Now, if you leave enough purple, you don't have to go back and do more shading. Some people like to go back and do a lot of shading with the soft pastels or the chalks. You can do that too, but if you leave enough of your purple and black down in your crevices, you shouldn't have to go back with the soft pastels and do that. You can see we have a lot of nice purple down in there, and so I'm kind of staying away from that crevice now and building up my gray over here further. I want it to be less and less as it goes to the crevice so that I don't lose all my purple and black. But I do want a lot out here in this main area. I want a lot of gray coverage out here. You can see we can see through it a lot here yet, so that's where I'm going to focus on building that up. And then we'll probably let his head dry here and go to his other parts. But you can see he's coming along. He's looking pretty good. Get up here on top. And then I will give him away at the end of the night as well. He's on our list to give away, so someone's going to get him. So let's see, we got any questions going on? Trying to watch questions for you guys too. So now we'll come back down to the bottom because now that's dried and this top part is wet. So we're going to let that dry because then your paint like goes on a lot better if you can like let it dry and like not go to like the complete finish stage up there, and then we'll just go back and it'll take less brushing. So we'll get our bottom built up here. And again, I want to have more of my gray through here and then less as it goes to the crevice. So I'm going to be lighter going to the crevices, so I kind of save some of my purple. So we have that shading. And then he's up on top here, it would be lighter too because the moonlight's going to be hitting it, and then that's going to be more dark down here, so we won't cover up all of our purple down there. So you just want to think about your pieces when you're doing them, like where the light's hitting them. Like the light would be hitting his head a lot and probably the top of his tail a lot, but then this is curved and going down, so that's not going to hit that so much. So we want less gray on top of that, but we do want some on it. We don't want it straight purple. Same thing with his little legs here, like the light's going to hit the top of that toe and then going around the sides, so it's going to hit less, so we'll have less. Let's see if we got messages. All right, so we're going to keep going with our gray. So he's looking pretty good. Now you could paint him as well if you didn't want to dry brush him. You could paint him and then you could maybe antique him with the black or the purple, and you would that would be another way to do it. So just like with anything, there's always more than one way to do our pieces. So don't feel like you would have to dry brush him. I know some people have arthritis and whatnot, and like dry brushing just isn't an option. So that's where like you might want to paint him and then antique him, and that's where you paint your antique color on and then kind of wipe it off. You could use like the Fashion Hues Pearlescence. You could even use the Translucence if you wanted. That's where you would paint him the white base coat and the cream base coat, and then put your translucent on and then wipe it off. You could do the pearlescence on him and just paint all of him with the pearlescence where you don't need any base coat at all. So there's tons of different ways to do this guy. You could chalk him, you could base coat him white, and then you could just use your soft pastels and put all your colors on with those. So there's always more than one way to do anything, so just always keep that in mind. And then in the Bisque box, we try to do all of those different techniques. Throughout the year, I try to bring in different techniques always, so that's, you're always learning in the Bisque box, or at least I try to make sure you're always learning. Right, so we're going to get his arm here a little more, and the top of his foot a little more. So he's looking pretty good, so from there we will go to our white, maybe a little more on here. So now we'll go to our white, which is our OS 431 white. You always want to shake your paints up really well. If they've been sitting, they tend to get a, I don't know if you can see it on this one, but like the clear oil or the liquid is on top. So you do want to shake them up really well. Okay, so this is white OS 431 white. And we'll get a new piece of paper towel. And again, the white is kind of in the gray family, so I'm just going to keep the same brush here. And we'll go into our white, work it in there a little bit, brush it back and forth. I'd like to do my X so that I get all of the bristles, not just the back and forth. And if you want a pure white, you probably would want to switch to a new fresh brush. So, all right, so let's do a little spin here. Come on, spin. And we have Jackie Humphrey. So Jackie Humphrey, you are the winner of number 5 is the glitter. So you're getting some nice lime green glitter, so you could put glitter on him. So this is glitter that is in a suspended in some kind of clear solution. I think it might be aloe gel, but I'm not sure. So Jackie Humphrey, you are getting the glitter. So congratulations to Jackie. So this is the glitter. It's just in a, like I said, it's like a clear solution. You brush it on. It may take 2 or 3 coats to get it as much as you want, but it's not as messy as glitter that's not in a solution. And so I do carry the vibrant glitters. So that's Jackie. So congratulations to Jackie. All right. Let me see, how much are the Bisque box? The Bisque boxes are $59.99 a month. And that includes your shipping and tracking and insurance. And then all of our good little benefits that we have. All right, so then the other, I like to start on the back too when I'm dry brushing or when I'm starting like a new color, so that if I have a big gob in my brush, like I'm not messing up the front and making it real ugly. So I tend to flip it around and do the back. All right, so now we're going to get our high parts with our white. We're going to let our gray, so we have some gray here, so we'll go from white to gradual to the gray, and then the gradual gray to the purple. What happens when you bear down in the brush? I find myself doing that a lot. I'm new at this. It just, like, it'll put more paint on it. Like I brushed a little bit harder right there. I tend to not brush real hard. Especially, I mean, you can brush harder like when we were doing the purple. Like now when I'm doing the white, you really don't need to brush so hard because I just want to highlight him now. So I don't want it to be I don't want too much white to go on. So I'm brushing a lot lighter. So if you're bearing down a lot, you're probably putting on a lot of paint at one time. If you move your hand up the brush, that tends to help to not bear down so hard, so you don't get too much paint on at one time. So you can see we're just kind of highlighting him through here and through here. We're letting our gray and our purple so that he's got that nice graduation of color, and that just gives him more, it gives him more shape when you're looking at it. Like it's going to make him look more rounded. So we don't want to take our white all the way to our crevice, because then we would lose our other shades of color. We're kind of just putting that in the middle here now to kind of highlight him. And then as he's coming down, because he's rounded, like his butt is going to be shading the bottom of that. So we don't want to get a whole lot down here either, but we want a little bit. And then I'm just going really pretty light. As you get more colors on, I think you tend to go lighter because it doesn't take a whole lot of color, like we were trying to get so much of the purple and the gray on there before. But now I'm just kind of highlighting him, because I don't want him pure white. I just painted him and color washed him with lime. Yep, you could do that too. That's another way to do it. So it's kind of endless. Like there's tons of ways to do this. I just thought we would just do a quick basic dry brushing tonight, so it didn't take too long, and I would get him done. So we want this area nice and bright and white, because that's where that light is hitting him, and then it's going to fade away as it goes away from that top center. And then we still have our other colors there, so hopefully you can see this leg compared to this leg. This one's really gray, but this one's got that touch of white on it now. And now we'll come to the other one here. And again, I'm just brushing fairly light. So we had a whole week of rain last week. We had, I don't know, 5 or 6 inches, I think. We had a lot of rain last week, but it finally quit raining here the last couple of days. But it's still been pretty cloudy and windy and cool out. Definitely fallish. Alright, so we kind of got this top again has got a lot more white on it than the rest, because that light is hitting the top of that. So hopefully that makes sense to you. And now this one's down a little further than this one, so I'm going to bring it down just a little bit further. And like I don't want a line. I don't want a line where my white stops and my gray picks up. I just want a nice gradual fade, so there's just a little bit of white here, and then there's more white, and a lot more white. All right, so now we want to get the top of these arms and the top of his little belly right there. Just a little bit, because that light's going to be shining in there. And if you wanted him a lot whiter, you could get him a lot whiter too, with less color on him. I just kind of want to make sure we get done not too late. And then we got his shoulders, so they're going to get a lot of light on them. So you want more through the top and then less as it's fading away. So just kind of brushing that on there. And then if you see something needs a little more where you were before, you can go back and add it. Like, that's not a problem. But he's kind of cool with his purple hue to him. I like that. And we just keep brushing. We'll switch to his other arm now. So it's good to do, like, it's not a law that you have to use like 3 tones of color or 3 shades of color, but that's a good little rule to go by. That's where you get your dark, your medium, and your light. So you wouldn't want all light colors. You want to have that dark, which was our purple, and then our gray, and then our white. Because that's what gives it makes it more interesting to have the different shades of colors, like the light and the medium and the dark. So you can see he's looking pretty cute, I think. And I think we forgot this little area here, so we'll come back and get that. So this belly part here is going to be lighter than this bottom part. So I'm kind of brushing down towards it. That way there's more going where I'm hitting the brush and then less towards the bottom there. Okay, then we can go to his head. Can he still be ordered? I think I have one set of this guy. It's a set of 3, and I think there's one set on the shelf yet. So if you want it, just message me, and I can add them to your invoice. There may be 2 sets, but I know for sure that there's one set. There's at least one set. Alrighty, we'll put you down for it, Cindy. And I probably won't add it to your invoice till tomorrow because I need to open molds yet tonight because I poured before I went to the shop when I was I bubble wrapped all like over half the Santas today. So alright, so now we got his head here, and we want to keep our pansy down here and our gray. So from about here up, we're going to make that white because he would be getting a lot of moonlight on his whole head. So we'll get him white here. And you could do each one like you could, you wouldn't have to do all 3 of them with the purple. Like you could do one with a blue, or you could do one with a green, maybe a dark green first, and then go to your gray. Or actually, I'd probably go to from a dark green to lime burst to gray, and then to your white. But you could do them all in purple too, and then just give them all different clothes. But you could make them all different too. So that's like, there's tons of ways to do stuff. So that was a little much, but we'll keep brushing it and we'll get it worked out. So again, he's going to be darker under his chin there, so we don't want to get too much white underneath there. But now on his face, that's going to be getting more light, so we're going to get that lighter. So wait till he gets his green vest on. He's really going to be looking cute. So I usually tend to tell everyone that with dry brushing, everything usually seems to get ugly before it gets good. People tend to get really frustrated with dry brushing because like his face looks really ugly right now, but it's gonna get better, and he's gonna look good. So it does take a little patience with the dry brushing because stuff kind of does get ugly before it gets pretty. So I've been pouring, what color will you paint the bow tie? I think I might paint that bow tie orange. So I'd probably do rust first and then orange. And I think like the Fashion Hughes Pearlescent, there's an orange in there. So like that would be really cool to have an orange tie. But I did bring orange glitter and green glitter, black and purple glitter. So we're going to glitter him up, kind of show everyone how to put glitter on stuff too. We'll keep going here. I think I'm going to switch to a new brush because I want him to be whiter. So I'm just going to go to a new dry brush. A lot of times I tend to like to save a brush that I only use white in, so that you have more of a pure white color. Now this one had gray in it before, but it's dry, so that it should be pretty white. So I kind of want him a little bit whiter up here on top. But even when I'm painting, I save a brush, like a nylon brush for just white, for when you want stuff like really white. Looks like the glitter, but I hate the mess it always makes. Yeah, glitter's messy. But I think he'll be really cute with the glitter on, so we're going to glitter him up a little bit just to show everyone how to do glitter. I should have grabbed a couple paper plates. I like to just put my glitter on over a paper plate. That tends to kind of help with the glitter mess. Or even if you have a paper placemat underneath you. I have sheets of paper under me, so that'll help too. So I'm just trying to get his head a little bit whiter just because the light would be hitting that a lot more. But I am letting my purple and gray down here. Like I still want that, so it's a nice soft transition. The thing is to not have a line. I like the glitter gels, no mess. I like the glitter gels, but I don't because it seems like you don't get as good a coverage, and it takes quite a few coats to get all those coverage. But I do carry all those, so you guys can always get those anytime you want them. You just have to message me. They're probably in the albums from the past. You guys can always shop those past albums too, subscribers. You just have to message me because the comments are shut off. But like whatever's in there, I usually have on the shelves. All right, so he's starting to, his white's coming around here. Got that nice soft. We're going from white to a gray to our pansy. So you try to not have lines. You try to have just nice soft transition of color. So we kind of got a little bit of a line here, so I'm just going to add a little more white to kind of soften that up a little bit. And then we just got the kind of the top of his head to go. We're not doing too bad. It's only 7 o'clock, so. And he's coming around. So you can see, even though we started with black, we don't have much black left. Like, it's just really down in those crevices. That's what I usually say. Like, it's just 10% of that base coat color that's left. Up here we're going to leave a little bit because he's got that little tail on the top of his head, so that's kind of shading that area there, so we want to leave some of that there. Now if you went and covered it up and lost it, you could go back and chalk it if you wanted to. With those soft pastels, those pan pastels, or the Faber-and-Castell, or whatever brand it is you're using, like they'll all work. Some take a little more work than the others, but they all basically work. All right, let's get a little more on his top here. So we want to soften that up just a little bit because it's a little bit blunt there. And then get on his top. So I'm kind of doing like a little letter C because this is a when I'm brushing, because it's a really smooth surface. A lot of people think you can't dry brush on a smooth surface, but you can. I just tend to do like the letter, like I'm writing the letter C, and that kind of, and then I hold the brush more upright as well, so that kind of helps that paint go down, kind of burnish down into those grooves or the little paint better, down onto your surface better. I think we'll just get a little more white all over because my white in my brush is nice and white now. We'll just kind of highlight him here good. And then we'll do another drawing. Since I didn't do no trivia. Let's see, what is you guys' favorite favorite Halloween candy? What's everyone's favorite Halloween candy? Maybe you guys can post that, and then I'll draw a winner, because by then we should be done with our white and we can move on to our vest. Does anyone make Halloween candy? That's another good question. Anyone make any Halloween candy? Kind of like the Christmas candy stuff or not? We got Snickers, we got Skittles, Twix, Reese's. Oh, I like Reese's. Corn candy. Ah, that's a good one. Butterfingers. Oh, I like Butterfinger too. Popcorn balls. Oh, I have to stay away from popcorn balls because I had a part of a tooth fall out and they had to put a new filling in it. So she told me to be careful. Popcorn balls, peanut butter cups, Reese's. Yeah, those Reese's are good. Dairy Queen has a new Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Pie Blizzard. And it's pretty good. Milky Way, Snickers, when you're hangry. Oh yeah, my daughter gets hangry. That's not good. Okay, so he's looking pretty good here. I'm just looking to see that it's nice and even. Like I want a nice even coat of my white. I don't want it splotchy. Oh, Three Musketeers, Heath. All kinds of different candy, but it's just don't taste like it used to. Oh, yeah. I was thinking today, caramel apple. Like I'm kind of hungry for a caramel apple. I might have to stop at the candy store, and we have a candy store here in town, and get a caramel apple. But I like nuts on my caramel apple too. All right, so he's looking pretty good. His white looks pretty even. It's fading really nice. It doesn't have, we don't have lines. That's what I mainly want. I want nice, even transition of color. Maybe be a little whiter down here. All right, so let's see. It looks like everybody's got all kinds of candy. Let's give a name. Cindy Cummings, you are the winner of microbeads. Cindy Cummings, microbeads. So microbeads are little glass beads. You have a whole half a cup here. We use them on pumpkins. I used the gloss sealer and then brushed that on, and then brushed on, then spread on the microbeads. But one of our ladies used Mod Podge, and that seemed to work a lot better. So these are called glass microbeads. They kind of take on the color that's underneath them. So that is what Cindy Cummings won, and we do have one more bag of those. So they're pretty cool. They add lots of like glitter and bling to our pieces. They'd probably be cool on, I think, like anything that's icicle-y or icy, snowy. All right, so let's go to our green. We're going to do medium green, and then we're going to do lime burst for our vest. We have OS 463. So put a little lime burst or medium green down. Again, medium green. I'm going to set my brush aside. And now we have kind of a little area, so I don't want a great big brush. I want something a little smaller. So I'm going to go to new piece of paper, just because that's getting wet. Go in there, work my medium green into my brush back and forth, and crisscross. And now again, we're just going to kind of dry brush our vest here. So we have our big crevice here, so I'm just going to go right across it. And then, so I don't want to go across my arm and my vest, because then I would have green all over there. So I start away from the vest and kind of do like little letter C's and work towards it until I can see where my green is. And then I just really slowly and carefully work my brush towards the crevice there. And so once I get close enough to it, then I just keep going the rest of the way around. But I start away from it and work towards it. You don't want to do those big brush strokes across there, because then that's going to fill up your white with the green. Now you can in this middle area, like you got plenty of room there to do it. But as we're going around, you want to start away from that crevice under his arm and then work towards it, because then you can see where the brush is putting the paint down. And then we'll just work right around. And you can brush back and forth too. Like here it's really kind of straight and smooth, so I can brush back and forth. That's working pretty good. So you kind of got to like experiment and see what works best for you. So I just start away from it and work towards it. Same with his head. I don't want to do big up and down brush marks. I want to do little ones. I'm going to start away from it, kind of do, it's like the letter C, and I can see if I just take my time where that green is going down, and if I need to go up a little further, or if I'm in the right spot. And you don't want to go all the way up to the white. You want to let some of that black there, so that's kind of like your shading in those crevices. And now in this big area, I can brush back and forth. I can do my big letter C's. Like whatever works for you. You could paint this too if you wanted, and you would still stay away from those crevices so you didn't lose your black that's down in that crevice. But I just kind of got my brush kind of vertical, and then I'm just kind of brushing like the letter C and just working my way around his arm. And it doesn't matter if you go forwards or backwards, as long as you can kind of see where that green is going. So now I need to come a little bit closer right there. And then we'll just like work our way right around. Like little brush strokes are your key when you have little areas. Little brushes are kind of the key too. I tend to like the flat ones for this part of it, but I didn't see a flat one there when I grabbed this one, but this one is, it's working fine. So we're just going to work our way along it here. We're not going to worry about getting the buttons green or not. Like, we'll go over those when we get whatever color they're going to be. And then I can just brush back and forth here in this big area. And then we can spin him around. And again, I don't want to do big back and forth because then I would get that area green. So I want to start away from this edge right here, right where my crevice is. And I want to just brush towards it until I can see that the green is going on that edge, but not getting into that crevice, because we want to keep that black down in that crevice. And then I just keep working my way back around. And then I can fill in here. That way that'll dry when we're going around the back. And he's looking like a ghost, I think, with his kind of bright green, kind of our Frankie and Frankenstein color. That's kind of what I was thinking when I grabbed that. We can do our big brush strokes in the middle. And then again, I'm going to come back to my little ones, and I am resting my little finger on him just so that I have control of that brush and where it's going. And if I'm not resting my little finger, I'm resting the palm, like on his head. That way you got control of that brush and it's not going where you don't want it. So he's looking pretty good already, just with a little bit of green on him. So that's kind of wet and shiny. That's why I'm brushing my brush out here on my paper towel. I'll just keep coming right around it. And sometimes if you just brush lighter, if you have too much in there, you can just work it out that way too, or brush it out on your paper towel. I think we were supposed to have like snow flurries and stuff either tonight or tomorrow. So does everyone have trick-or-treating? Did you guys have it like today? Did your towns have it today, or are they having it on Tuesday when Halloween is? Did everybody give out candy? I'll be at the shop, so I won't be giving out candy at the house here, but I'll have some treats at the shop. Tuesday, okay, that's good. I didn't know what, Tuesday, okay, some towns, like, when I was growing up, they kind of changed it. Oh, Paula's was yesterday. Lucy's is today. Like, they changed it to the Sunday. When Courtney was little, it was usually on Sundays when it was daylight out. I think it was because it was safer for the kids. Oh, we got a lot of Tuesdays going on, though. Cool. All right, do you guys want his bow to be green too, or should we do that black with maybe green dots and stripes or something on it? He does have a little bit of a vest right there, so I got that. Live in the country, we don't have trick-or-treaters. Okay. All right, so while you guys are telling me what color you want this bow, if you want it black, green, or orange, I was thinking green with black with green stripes or something, and maybe polka dots on it, black polka dots on his vest. So you guys give me some colors. We got black with green dots, we got black, we got orange, black with green dots. We'll get his vest here going. So now we kind of went around our whole outside, so now we can just kind of work from our inside out to that. and not really have to worry about getting our green all over. Black with green dots, okay. And so now we just want to build up our green in the center here. Purple, oh, that's a good idea. That might go with our purple background, with our purple, maybe black with purple dots, huh? You have it either too far out. I never have it either too far out. Okay. Black with orange dots. All right, so I'm gonna just stop watching the comments here and just get him with our green on him, and then I'll come back and look at our comments on what color we're gonna do that bow with. So it's a lot easier once you outline that, at least I think it is, to like build up your color now and the rest of it, because I can kind of see right there is where my brush needs to go. Orange with purple dots. Yeah, I think we got to do something purple on there. I'm kind of liking the purple idea because of his purple hue that he's got. So like now where I have just this little area, I'm just like brushing really lightly. So sometimes you brush heavier than others. Friday was our Nevada Day holiday, okay. Purple with green dots. Oh, I like the purple with the green dots. I think that's what we're gonna do. Purple with green dots. I'm kind of liking that. We'll get our green on here. I think ours is probably on Tuesday, because I didn't see any kids trick-or-treating today, so. Or we could make the whole vest glitter. I have green glitter here. Or we could make the bow green glitter too. So he's coming around. He's kind of fun to paint. He's not too big, and you can get him done in a day. And I might have to drag the mold out now and pour some more so I can paint the other two. So his vest would be purple stripes. Yeah, that's a good idea too. Like there's just a ton of ways. You can see there's a ton of ways that we can do him. I was actually thinking black, like black stripes when I grabbed the glitter and the paint. But we will see what we do here. And then someone's going to win him tonight too, so. See that purple with green dots and green glitter on the dots. Looks like I got a little paper towel coming loose there. So we're saving our black down in our black and our purple that's down in our crevices. So we got that nice shading going on. Just kind of doing my C stroke here to build up our color. So I've been pouring our new Clay Magic molds. Today I think is the 4th time I've had them poured. I did 2 sets that are not cut out, and now I'm on my 2nd set that is cut out. I was hoping to get them in the subscriber album today, but I don't think that's going to happen. So I'll probably be doing that tomorrow. See how much energy I have after we get done tonight here. Because I do have to open molds too yet. So I'm just getting our green built up so that we don't have our purple and black coming through it. But I'm saving like our purple and black that's along the edge so we have our shading going on there and towards our crevices. So he's looking pretty good. He's got just a little bit further to go here. These are a kind of an older clay magic mold, but they're actually really cute. I think they're Curly, Larry, and Mo. They named a whole bunch of their three-piece things. Curly, Larry, and Mo. Like there's Santas and there's turkeys and there's snowmen and all kinds of Curly, Larry, and Mo's. I'm just working my green wherever when I see it, if it needs to go toward my edge a little bit more, if I don't have enough. Building it up in the middle. So I can kind of see a white edge along my edge here where the green and the black kind of meet. So I kind of want to get a little bit more green on there. Whoop, that was way too much. I didn't want that much because now I covered up my black. But I didn't want that white on there because it's green and not white. So I can show you how to go back and add that black to that when we're done. I kind of filled it in right here. Got too much. All right, so this green is looking we're just about there. Probably one more coat here and we'll move on to our next thing. Now, if you wanted him even greener, you could put Lime Burst on there, but I think for tonight we're going to save time and not put the Lime Burst on. But if you wanted him even more limey green, you could put the Mako's Lime Burst, and I did bring that, but I think we're going to skip that just so we get done a little sooner. But if you wanted to get him more limey, like you could do that. All right, so we got that done. So let me look at our comments for colors here. Must be related. Mo. Green dots, green glitter, purple stripes, green with purple, orange and purple, black with green, purple, orange with black dots, black with green dots, black, orange. Oh, let's see. Looks like we got a lot of purple. We got purple. Whoops, go back. Oh, come on, you. Purple. Looks like we got a lot of purple, so I think we're going to go with purple on there. So I'm going to put this guy aside, and let me see if I can find my purple brush here. I think we probably went right to our gray with that. So let's go back to our purple here. And let's get our bow purple. And so it's a little area, so you don't want too big of a brush. This one's kind of close to almost being too big, but I don't mind the bigger brushes. I usually can get them to do what I want to do. So we're just going to get our purple back over our bow here. I think the purple is going to look good because we got that purple hue on him. And then we'll do some black or something on it. Now I do have green right there, so we'll have to touch that up. So you do always want to go back and touch areas up if you got the brush somewhere where it shouldn't have been. And then I'm just going right up to my crevice, but trying not to go in my crevice. Well, I think the purple's looking pretty good, you guys. Especially once we get some black on there yet. see a little bit of white on our bow yet, so I just want to get rid of some of that. Now I am letting like the black down into the little ruffles, like you want to let the black down in those little folds. All right, so that looks pretty good. Let me go back to my white here. Actually, it was the bigger brush. We're going to touch up our green that I got on my white. Okay, let's see. We got 1, 2, 3 things plus this guy. 4. Oh, plus those. Okay, let's do a drawing. Who's going to be our winner? And we're going to be not selling. We're going to be giving away glitter. Spin, spin, spin. Denise Forner, you are getting glitter. Oh, where'd my pen go? Lost my pen. Denise, you are getting glitter. Denise Forner, glitter. This is another green glitter. So that would probably look kind of cool on there too. All right. Okay, so now we got that done. I think I want some black on there, I guess. So at this point, I can switch over to doing some with my liner. I kind of like this 4200. It's a long liner. And I like to dip my brush in the water first. And then I'm going to go into my black and add a little bit of water because it's been sitting here. That always goes better with the liner. So then I like to mix that up. And then I like to draw my liner through it, turn and lift, turn, pull, and lift, turn, pull, and lift, so I get a nice point on there. And let's give him a plaid. Let's do something different. You guys didn't think of this. Let's give him a plaid tie. All right, so I'm just going to go with my liner and do my lines. So you want to do your vertical or your horizontal first. And we're going to go about that far apart. Again, I'm resting that painting hand right on my piece. Nobody thought of a plaid bow, you guys, so we're going to do a plaid bow. I'm going to throw everybody off. So you kind of want to go with the shape of whatever it is you're putting your stripes on. So this bow is pretty easy. It's just pretty, yep, this is a Royal & Langnickel brush, yep. So we're just going to put up and down stripes here. Now, the long liner is nice because they hold more paint in them, and you can usually go further. All right, so we'll put one here. So I like to go as far as I can, and then I will turn it around and come back the other way and kind of meet those up. That way I can get a nice sharp starting point at the bottom there. So we'll come back and get this guy right there so he looks better. All right. So now we'll come over here and do our verticals this way. So he's kind of got a little, like his bow is coming around there, so we're just going to go to the center of it. Because there's probably a different pattern on the back side of that. So I'm just like I'm just guessing my spaces. Like you can measure them out if you want to, but I tend to just like go freehand with it. And again, our little bow, like because it's like backed up onto itself, like it's just going part way, not all the way. And then we're just going to work our way all the way around. And again, I'm only going to go part way because it's doubled back on itself. And then I'm going to do my same distance here, but if there's less left, like that's okay, because if you had a bow on and that's what it looked like, that's how you do it. You don't want to just split that area. And now I want to kind of come down around because we're kind of getting to the curved part of the bow there. And now we got to get a few little lines on our back side there. So we're just going to bring those to the middle there. Okay, so now we could have him striped, or we can have him plaid. So I think we're going to make him plaid. So I'm just going to go right through the middle. And now I'm going to start at the end and bring it towards my other line. That way I have a nice sharp beginning there. And now I want to have my horizontals going kind of the same distance as my my vertical one, so if that would probably be about right there. So I have to follow this, like I'm not going to follow that curve. I'm going to follow kind of like the fabric. Okay, so now we have this little area left down here. So there's not enough area there, but there probably would be like a stripe starting like probably right about here. And then it's just going to end right away. But you want to like think about how it would look like if you actually had a bow on. So now we got to do the same up here. We want to kind of, we're not going to start at the knot, like we have to start, because if we started at the knot it would be less, it wouldn't be as wide as it needs to be, so we're probably got to start back here to have the right width. And then you could maybe have just a little bit right here, but it wouldn't be much because there's not much showing there. So there we go, he's got his plaid on there. So then when I get to my little thing in the middle, like I don't like that to line up with that, so I kind of put them, I stagger them. I mean, they might line up, but I think chances are they probably don't. And then we need one down on the bottom there. All right, now the hard part, we got to do the other side. So again, I'm not going to line them up with those two, but I'm just going to go like right in the center. I think it just gives it more character if you don't line them up with the center ones. But that's just me. Then you want to be careful that you're not getting your hands into your wet paint. Now I want to get my spacing. So again, I'm probably not going to start all the way up. I have to start back because it's not wide enough right there. So we're going to start back and then bring it around. So like stripes they're not hard. You just kind of have to follow your, like I'm following the shape of the bow. All right, so now this one, he's probably got to come way over here. But now I have to make sure I'm coming up over here further so that I keep this distance the same. Like I don't want to follow around the bow yet. But I mean, I'm going to follow the curve here, but I'm going to try to keep the same distance as the other squares have. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, so now we have, it's going to be tucked under here, so we're probably not going to have too much of a black, but like here, there's plenty, like this space matches that space, so we'll start there, and we probably got to bring it into that center and just kind of leave it right there. And then we could put, we have our bottom half of our bow, so we could put like a stripe across there just so that it looks like there's like the back side of the bow. Okay, so that's how you do the stripes on our plaid on our little guy. So hopefully you guys do like that. Do horizontal green. Oh, so I missed it. Yep. Alright, so we will wash this out. So now if you wanted, we could go back and add green in there. So again, I'd added a little bit of water to it. I'm pulling my brush through it, and I'm lifting to get a point on it. So now we'll come back and add our green in between our black. And I'm just kind of going in the middle of it. This one looks like it needs to be a little bit heavier. And sometimes you have to go back and thicken one up if it seems like you got it too skinny. Just matching them up. So now the bottom, I probably don't have room for the green, but I do have room for the green up here, so we'll just kind of get some green up here. And then we'll let that dry and do our other greens here. I'm just pretty much just trying to center my green inside my blacks. And it's probably not perfect, but it's pretty close. Okay, so now here we got to see where we can kind of fit green in. It's pretty close on top. I don't know that we can get green up there, but we can get some green down here. Whoop. We got that little curve right there, so we just kind of gotta wing it. And maybe we'll put a little green right down in there. Alright, so now we can go the other way with our green. Let's start here. I want to turn him around and finish my ends. The main thing is to like rest your hand on your piece. So now here we have a black square that's not really a full square, so I want to look where the center would be. So one side is going to be skinnier than the other side, but that's because part of it's tucked under the knot in the middle. So that's okay that that's skinnier on the left side, because we still want to put the green in the middle. We don't want to like make it look like it's in the middle of that thing. We want it like if the whole square was there. Same thing like here, we don't have the black, but like our middle wouldn't be the middle of this area. It would be the middle of what that would be. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. You can see it looks like it's off-centered, but it's really in the middle of the square. As if the rest of the fabric was here, but it's really not. All right, so now we got to come back and touch our ends up. Right, then we can come and get our other ones. So again, this isn't a full square, but we're going to put our line where the middle would be if it was there. And then we go to the middle of the next one. And the middle of the next one. And the middle of the next one. And then I think we're past, we're not at the middle, so I probably won't do one there. But I got to come back and touch up, make my ends look like they're beginnings here. Okay. So there he's got his plaid. How do you guys like that? Let's see. Those liner brushes are mine are a mess. Cute. Okay, well good. All right. So I'm going to put orange glitter on his buttons, so I'm not even going to do them with orange, so we can paint his eyes. I like to go with the black first. Let's do a giveaway first. So we have our black OS 476 and Janet Holt-Stelly, you are the winner of, what's next? Gloss Sealer. Janet Stelly. Oh, I'm writing Gloss Sealer. That wouldn't help me much. Janet Stelly. You're getting a bottle of, actually it's the matte sealer. I have matte sealer here for you. So congratulations to Janet for the sealer. We have marshmallow bunnies yet. We got our Clay Magic Ghost yet. We got some micro beads yet. And then we got this guy yet. The bow tie is good. Okay. All right. So for my eyes, I like to paint in my whole eye with my black first. And again, I using that liner here, the same liner. I tend to use that liner for just about everything. So we're going to give him some cute little eyes. I do have an eye video on YouTube. It's a piggy bank, so they're nice big eyes, so you can see how to do kind of just a typical eye. I believe it's in Brenda's Creative Classroom as well, the group here on Facebook. So we're going to paint out the eyes here first. So again, I'm resting my hand on my piece while I'm doing that, so I have a nice steady hand. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys this little area down here where I messed it up and it looks like I got green all over my white there too, so I want to go back and touch that up. Okay, so I'm going to take a drop of water, pull some black over here and kind of get it real thin like watercolor. So you can almost see through the black on the foil. So you can pretty much kind of see through it there. So then I'm going to drag my brush through it. I like to touch the paper towel first. And now I'm just going to take my brush and run it in this little crevice here. And that will bring my black. Now I did it a little bit stronger so you guys can see it. So you can see you can put your black back in if you ever get it carried away and fill your black line in too much. For your black crevices. So now my black is back into my little holes here. I kind of got it covered up here too, so we can do the same thing up there. So that's how you can put your black back into those crevices. So you can see it looks a lot better having the black back in there. And even like his mouth here, if you wanted that a little bit more prominent. And as long as you have that kind of thin, like the watercolor, like it just like goes right in there. And if you want it stronger, like just go over it a couple times to like build up your black. Like I don't want to have a real line for his mouth because he's kind of a ghost, so I don't know that he's really got too much of a mouth. But that's how you can put your black back in your crevices. If you end up covering them up, just make that little black watercolor. All right, so we're going to wash that out. Now we can go to our white, which is kind of thick here. Again, I'm dragging it through that white and then lifting. I'm going to try to get a really little tiny white in his eye here. We'll do the other side. Now there's a lot of different ways to do eyes. This is how I do it. A lot of people like to come back and try to put that outside black line. They'll put all their white first, but I found it's easier for me to do the whole black first. All right, let's give him some purple eyes to go with all this purple we got going on. Again, I'm going to put a little bit of water in there. It's been sitting there. Drag my brush through it, turn it, lift, turn it, lift. And I like to put just a little purple right on top of my white, like a little crescent here. And we'll do a little crescent on this side. I guess we did Courtney's favorite color with all the purple tonight. All right, so we got that. Then I like to go back and I'm gonna, let me see, I don't have a lighter purple here, do we? We're gonna go with purple now instead of the darker purple. And shake that up a little more. And I'm just going to mix a little bit of white in that. I want it just a little bit lighter to highlight it. And these are really little to do that with, so don't feel like you have to do it, but I'm going to do it. So now I'm going to just go in the center of my pansy with my light purple and just put a real light highlight there. And it kind of makes his little eyes pop a little more. So there he's got some nice little eyes. Now we can give him a little highlight, a little water in there and mix that white up to get it a little more flowing. And we'll put just a little dot up here at, we'll do them at 1 o'clock. So you want to do both eyes at 1 o'clock. You don't want him too big because then he's going to look like he's staring at you. So there he's got his little white highlights. Alright, so we got his eyes done. Let's do another drawing here. Our next thing is for, what do we have next? Our next is for the Marshmallow Ghost. Linda Wisniewski-Meisner, you are getting the set of Marshmallow Ghosts. Linda. MW. Linda Wisniewski-Meisner, you are getting the Marshmallow Ghosts. So you're getting our 2 Marshmallow Ghosts. So you got a cute little pair of ghosts, Linda. Alright. Let's get a little bit of highlight, a little bit of peach, pinky peach on his cheeks. Where's my pink? Let's see. We haven't used pink in the box for a little bit. We got fall colors out here. Let's see. We're going to just take a little bit of pink, which is our Miami pink. Just what I grabbed off the box. We're just going to give him a little bit of pink cheeks. We haven't used pink in a while, so his lid's a little dried up there. Alright, so we're just going to blush his little cheeks a little bit. Let me get a nice soft brush here. I do like to use the chalk usually, so let's give him a little, just a little, and his little nose. And that usually tends to get pinker when you seal it, so don't overdo your pink when you're blushing. A lot of times I'll use the azalea or I'll use the chalk. And the other thing I like to do is put white back over the top of it because that usually tones it down a lot. So we'll put it on a little bit heavy so you guys can see that little trick. Those ghosts are fun to do. These pan pastels. Yeah, are those the salt and pepper shakers with the glitters in? Yes, it is. So I'm just going to do him a little bit pinker than I normally would so I can show you guys how you can tone that pink down if you get him too pink. He looks like he belongs on the street corner with all that pink. Alright. So if you get too much pink in there, all you have to do is take that same brush. Let me get some paper towel. And we're going to go back into our white. And now I'm going to put the white over my pink, and that is going to tone that right down. So that's how I tone down pink if I get too much pink on it. Because when you spray that pink gets a lot pinker. But that's all you have to do is just take your brush and dry brush your white over the top. You can see like it's really toning him down and he doesn't look like he belongs on the street corner now. You'll see that just toned it down a lot. And he's looking a little better here. So I like that pink to be really a really soft pink. So we got him pretty soft looking now. So you can fade it right out with that white. But he's still pink there. Like it's still pink. It's just not. Oh, now I've got a brush hair in there. That ain't good. So he's still pink, but he's just a lot softer pink. One more time. So what do you guys, oh, we got one more thing. How's Courtney doing? Courtney's doing very well. Let's see, we got 3 more things to go. So let's do one more flip here. Renee Clark. Renee Clark, you are the winner of our set of small ghosts. Renee Clark, you are getting these 2 cute guys, and they are from Clay Magic. So you could like dry brush these the same way, put little bows on them, they'd be really cute. So that's for Renee Clark. Renee Clark. And I will need you to message me, I believe, so I can have your address to mail your little package to you. So Renee Clark. All right, so let's go on to our glitter part. So I like to, should we put orange glitter on him, you guys? Green, black, or purple? Anybody got a glitter preference here? Anybody got a glitter preference? Those are the colors we have for his buttons. We're going to put it on his buttons. So while I'm looking for gloss sealer, you guys tell me what color glitter you would like to see on our little feller here. All right, gloss sealer. Orange, orange, orange. Okay, orange it is. All right, so normally I like to put the, I usually like to have a paper plate for this. So I didn't grab a paper plate. And this has been on the cart for a little while, so we're going to open it up. All right, so you want to use a nylon brush, and I'm just going to go right in there. Usually I just like put it out on my thing. So the gloss glitter does dry clear. And so I'm going to put that onto my buttons here, because it will dry clear. And you really don't even have to paint them the orange because the glitter is going to cover it up. We'll get our gloss sealer on there. And then I found these things are really cool too. So we have the shakers, but you can get these little scoopers for ice cream. We've been using them for the glass. So I'm just going to do it on my paper because I can get rid of that. So we're going to just sprinkle our orange glitter right onto where we put our gloss sealer. So you can see them little scoops work really well. And then we can probably like dump it right back in there. Oh, look at there. So he's got orange buttons, you guys. So that is our little guy with his orange buttons. And then you just want to let like that part of it dry. So what does everybody think about the orange buttons? Because we have micro beads to give away yet. Let me swipe here up and down. Come on, you. Oh, no, I lost my color. Kimberly Richmond, you are getting the micro beads. Micro beads to Kimberly Richmond. So congratulations, you're getting a half a cup of micro beads. All right, so we have one more giveaway, and that is going to be our little character here that we just finished tonight. You do want to make sure you wash out your brush really well with the gloss sealer so it don't get into your brush. You always want to wash out all your brushes really well. I usually go to the sink. I have a Harold's brush pad, the little blue guy. I put him on the bottom of my sink and I brush back and forth with my brush. And then with my brushes, and then I rinse them out, lay them horizontal on the table or the counter until they are dry. You don't want to have them up in the air because then the water runs down into your bristles and it wrecks, or your ferrule, and it lets the glue out, so you don't want to do that. So how did you guys like our free class tonight and our little character that we did? Hopefully everyone liked him. It's kind of fun to do a free class and give things away. We'll try to do it more often. I just end up forgetting to do it. And then time just ends up being of essence. So I see we have a lot of subscribers on, but we got a lot of other people on too. So here he is, our little cute character. I don't know if he's Curly Larry or Mo, but he is one of the Play Magic fellows. And so now I will spin our names here, and we will, oh, come on, spin. Let me see, Lorraine Chesler Paget, you are the winner of our cute little ghost. So we have Lorraine, let me get your name. Cheshire, hope I'm not killing your name, Paget, P-A-D-G-E-T-T. So congratulations to you. You won our cute little ghost from tonight. Now I normally would have sealed him with the spray sealer before I did the glitter. But I don't spray in the house here, so I don't have to smell him all night. But I will spray him before I ship him. Or you can use the brush-on sealers as well. So hopefully you guys liked our class. It looks like everybody kind of liked him, and he looks pretty good. Hopefully you guys liked all the giveaways. And we will, sorry for not having more Halloween trivia other than the 30 million pounds of corn candy, but I kind of forgot about getting the trivia questions, but I think we made it anyway. So if anybody has any questions, as always, you guys can message me. And otherwise, I guess have a happy and safe Halloween on Tuesday. And if you're locally, come to the shop. We'll have some kind of treats out there for you guys, and we'll try to get some more regular, maybe every other month or something, the class doing something that's free for everybody. So, but otherwise, I do have the Bisque box, and we do have class every Thursday night with that. So otherwise, I guess thanks you guys for joining me. I hope you enjoyed our little fun night, and happy Halloween, and enjoy our weather before the snow hits. And thank you, everyone. And I will get your subscriber stuff will come in their box next week. And then anyone that's not a subscriber, please message me so that I can get your address to ship to you, because a business cannot message you first. You have to message me first. So, all right, you guys. Thank you. See you, subscribers. We'll see you Thursday. All right. Bye-bye.